Go through and then we can check it and give some audio. Yeah, it's like E3 episode. So I watched the Nintendo one. I did not watch the Sony one. So if anybody needs to fill in, I was busy. I was watching tweets essentially at that point. So you guys will have to take that one. Bottom and go up. Tweets essentially at that. So you guys will have to take that one. All right, no Brant. Cesar, give us something. It's no Brant. Bottom and go up. Tweets essentially at that. So you guys will have to take that one. All right, no Brant. Cesar, give us something. Brant's not muted. It's no Brant. Bottom and go up. I can add you back. I'll delete you and add you, right? I'm the wild card. Yeah, I'm the wild card. Remove. Delete me. Add NDI source. Back. I'll delete you and add you, right? Brant. I'm the wild card. Yeah, I'm the wild card. Source name. Brant. There's Brant. Listen out for yourself, Brant. Add source. Cesar. Source name. Cesar. There's Cesar. Cesar. Brant, are you good? Source name. Cesar.
Lock code.
Order. Move to top.
Yeah.
I just hear myself.
Yeah,
over
I
and
was
over.
gonna say.
Brant, are you good? Mic test. Audio. Cesar, give me something.
Something.
Brant, give me something. That works.
No!
There's Cesar again. I just hear myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh.
Brant, are you good? Mic test. Audio.
I heard me.
Cesar, give me something.
Something.
Oh,
We're back.
it worked.
Delete and add back. That's it, right? And we
What's
are
your
good.
IP address?
Just like that, we are
Have
good
you
to
tried
go.
turning it on and off?
Hey,
No!
always let that be the simplest fix. Is Cesar yelling no into the microphone.
Help me set up this Teams meeting.
Cesar, help me with the teams. Cesar, assist yo con los timandamos.
No!
No! How about no? All right,
That's our dreams of the day where he can just do that. Or somebody calls, yeah, I can't get into this meeting. I need help with this Zoom meeting. I guess something's not working. Can you set this up? No.
How about no?
No.
We got 4 people
Me,
listening to this riveting content.
my dream would be... I quit that job months ago. That would be my... Don't call me for that.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I advise you to delete whatever you just called the number with, because I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Delete me from your records.
Yeah.
That is not me any longer.
sir, this is a Home Depot. I can't help you with Teams. Or...
But I can help you build a shed.
A shit shed.
She shed or shit shed?
Ooh, Cesar, what kind of Mountain Dew we got? Zero sugar?
Whatever the basic Mountain Dew is.
You like that one?
Vanilla Mountain Dew.
It's what was readily available within hand's reach that did not require me to leave the line I was attending at the grocery store. Which was my requirement for said drink.
And 0 calories?
Yes. What was I doing?
225. Pulling up the notes.
All right. It was doing real work. That's what I was doing.
Real work. Pulling up the VTubers.
I wish.
Hold my Mountain Dew.
I would rather be doing. There's a lot of VTubing going on right now. It's working on my Splatoon news from.
I'll start recording when. Cesar, when you were free.
He's never free.
Man, I'm logged in my work computer right now. What are you talking about?
He's never free.
Okay, I'm good for now.
Should we go picket outside of any headquarters with signs that say "Free the SSR"?
I mean, it's a virtual desktop, so got to burn the servers down like a Fight Club.
I mean, do they know that you've won multiple Cesar awards at this point?
I don't think it matters to them because I looked up the gal the other day and there's 25 different Cesars that work for Southern Company, so I'm just one of 25.
There were two! There were two last time we checked.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Sir,
The others are AI Cesars. They're not real.
we are live too, by the way. Just FYI. We've been live.
They're cloning
You
it.
only had one to take out previously. Why do you now have 24 obstacles between you and the definitive Cesar award?
I don't care, man. It requires me to travel all over the country. I gave up. It's too much work. I just let them come to me and I take them out then.
Draw them into your web of Cesarness.
I'll just wait. If there can only be one, they'll eventually all come to me.
Cesar, no way home.
Draw them in.
He lets all the variants and enemies come to him.
No, because it was no way home me, then it'd be like, who's Cesar?
The reference is lost on me. Brent gets it and he's enjoying it. All right, y'all ready?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 225 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. Tonight, lots of news. It's going to sound like 4 stories, but it's more like 70,000. The Fall of Babylon, ? What is that? Brant, did you get it on the recent sale? That was $9, $10? Did you? I did, Brant.
Brent,
no!
Throwing $10 in the garbage.
Dude, we got like fucking 4 months to beat that game. Get out of here, Brant. And it's impossible. It's impossible to be without 4 people. That's what I've been reading online.
Oh,
like,
shit.
It's impossible. Yeah.
Brant, stop everything you're doing now. Buy this game.
Pay the $9 on GameFly. Stop being a bitch. I'll
$9.
send you $10. Yeah.
And then we gotta get one of the friends of the show to pitch in.
Then you have a coaster. After we beat the game.
That, we just have a coaster.
Let's all get the platinum trophy. Nobody can ever get it once we get it done.
I like this. I like this level of bullshittery.
You can put you can frame that on your wall, Richard. It's a game that's offline, a platinum trophy. Nobody else can get it.
I will print that out. Yes, I will. I'll make a plaque. I will literally make a platinum trophy.
Servers are gone.
I will make a platinum trophy. Oh God. Okay.
You can't get those platinums on. Never mind. Just go.
That was a riff off the first news story. Yeah. Probably the least interesting of all the news stories.
We're gonna talk about that for a minute.
Oh, next up, 343 losing 2 team members. Who could they be? We had a Nintendo Direct. What are those? Let's find out. There was also a Sony State of Play. It was the same day. Imagine that. I am one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee. Brant, thanks for putting together the news.
No problem.
Brant, 225. Are we getting close to the been here longer than you weren't here. I feel like that's that number.
Probably.
I legit feel like that's that number. Watch it be like 235.
Probably.
You'll be legitimate then. Right now you're still in the trial period. You're still
I'm still illegitimate.
Yeah.
I'm still the bastard son of NOFODcast.
Yeah, DNA test pending.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
they're still pending.
And of course, our resident lore master and page master and 30 frames per second Tails lover, Cesar Concepcion the second.
No,
Cesar, did you know the Tails? Did you know the Tails things could be such a big deal?
Jesus.
it was 30 frames per second on PS3
Right. So
and PC.
you knew
until you patched it out.
Right. You knew it was based off the PS2 version of this game that we never
PS2 is
got.
30 frames per second.
Yeah.
GameCube's 60 frames.
GameCube is the only one that's native 60.
I've known this since 2013.
When did Japan get the PS2 version? Was it right after we got the GameCube one, or was it a couple of years?
Wasn't that game? I can't remember.
And they got extra content like Resident Evil 4. It basically, that Tales Symphonia has been, it's the Resident Evil 4 of Tales, right?
Damn it! I gotta look this up now.
Because now everybody's basing the Resident Evil 4 builds off the PS2 one instead of the GameCube one.
I have every version of Tales of Symphonia.
You shouldn't have to look it up then. You should just turn the case over backwards and show us.
It was a Richard. You know how long the delay was? It was
6
1 year
months.
delay.
1 year?
Yeah, it came out in August in Japan, 2003, and then it came out on PS2 in September 2004.
At least it wasn't one of the Capcom, this is never coming to PS2 titles that,
No, they did that for Tales of Vesperia, which we had to wait 2 generations to get. So
I've supported Tales of Vesperia. I believe I bought it on all 3 consoles at this point.
I've also bought the 360,
and I
PS3,
bought it on 360.
Xbox One, PS4, Switch.
So long-time listeners may have heard this story. Brant, I don't know if you've heard this story. So when Tales of the Abyss was announced for the PlayStation 2, mind you, there was a young man that came into my video game retail store and was like, everyone has to pre-order Tales of the Abyss. If no one pre-orders Tales of the Abyss, we will never get another Tales game in the US. Ever, ever, ever. This man was Cesar. He sold single-handedly at my store at least 4 copies of Tales of the Abyss.
Damn.
Myself included. I still have my
This
copy.
is good.
And I bought it on 3DS after that, and I have continued, because of Cesar's quest of Tales, I have continued to buy every Tales game ever since then, just to coax him along. That is not the game I had at my store, sir. Did not work there when that game was released. Oh, Vesperia for PS3, excellent, in Japanese.
I still can't believe they made a whole RPG around that side character from Sonic.
The dog with the pipe in his mouth?
Something.
Oh my god, let's get to the actual news. This is a hell of a preamble. We usually fumble through these. This is pretty good. Babylon's Fall is going to end service. I mean, it's in the title right there. On February 27th, 2023, you have... What is that, Cesar? You said October, November, December, January, February. 4 months? Action RPG will no longer be playable after termination date. Action RPG Babylon's Fall will end service on the aforementioned date, February 27th, 2023. It will no longer be playable. Babylon's Fall launched in March 3rd of this year? Wow. I didn't realize. Oh, yeah. As a full...
And I think since then they came out and people asked about it, about the support for it, and they're like, yeah, we've got no plans to end this game. We're
Everything's fine.
This game for a while.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Look forward to that Mario Tennis game and Tolero boxing for our Virtual Boy. Everything's fine. Starting today, sales of the digital version as well as the physical version on retailer sites will draw to a close. Brant, you need to get this. It's going to be this generation's anthem. Notice regarding the termination of Babylon's Fall service. Greetings, Sentinel Force. I guess that's a reference to the game no one played, so maybe we'll have a listener who this rings true to. Thank you very much for playing Babylon's Fall with the desire of delivering an exhilarating online multiplayer action RPG set in an elaborate high fantasy world. We launched the game's official service on Thursday, March 3rd, 2022. and have continued to undertake additional development operations. However, it is with deep regret to inform you we will be terminating the game's service on February 27th, 2023. Wow. Season 2, they go on to note that Season 2 will run until Tuesday, November 29th, and the final season will begin with the maintenance scheduled on the same day. And then the final season is the period during which you can earn the ranking rewards of Season 2. This reads like chaos. Oh, what is even happening? Brant, buy this game. The two of us have committed. Let's go. We need one other listener. NOFODcast listeners, we need you to come out in full force if Brant does not pick up the slack. We need a fourth, possibly a third player to complete Babylon's Fall, Square Enix's underappreciated, long lost, online only action RPG for next generation consoles. I don't know anything about this game. I've got it coming so we can try it out. This will be the devil's third of this generation, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
The art style and stuff doesn't look bad. Like, why did this fail? What happened? Is it a bad game? It's just bad?
I don't know.
Richard, you gonna buy their copies so we can get those people?
What? I have to buy the copies off Gameplay for people? Cesar nods.
I mean, right now I'm seeing it on sale PS5. This is it. I'm guessing this is the UK because it's PEGI 18. But it's on sale for $18, free shipping, and I can get it by Saturday.
Brant, it's literally $8.99 on Gamefly. You don't have to be a member.
$8.99.
Free shipping.
They could just send you the disc. It doesn't really matter at this point.
It's a coaster.
You need the disc.
Brant, this is currently what I'm using to set my cold drinks on down here. So when after you help me and Cesar and one lucky listener complete Babylon's Fall, it will take the place of this.
Oh, I've got a perfectly good Halo Infinite disc.
Brant, I'm sure you can sell. Brant, I'm sure you can sell enough blood and semen to fund the copy. So, $9 worth.
Babylon's Rise. Yeah. Am I right?
Now it's just keep falling.
Brant's like, no, I'm still not playing this game. You guys are trying to entice me with the blood and semen. I'm probably out still.
It's free if he does. If he sells blood and semen, it would be free.
I prefer Blood and Donuts, which is a horrible movie.
I've never heard of Blood and Donuts.
Oh my gosh, you're in for.
You're also a favorite viewer of Crazy Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns,
not crazy. That's another
space.
K thing. Crazy killer clowns from outer space.
Crazy.
Like Bozo the Clown from outer space. Speaking of outer space.
I thought Bozo was that clown that came on Saturday morning.
Yeah, he's from Chicago.
Yeah, because he was on like WGN, right?
God bless WGN.
Damn. I don't know how they'll remember that, but I can't remember fucking Skewer. I sat there like earlier at lunch. I was like, what is that again? Skewer.
Skewer. From Halo?
Yeah. Yeah.
That one shot?
I couldn't remember what the name of the fucking gun was.
Thing?
I was sitting there like, what's this thing that does the thing? I was like, I stopped talking after that. My brain was dead.
Because we were playing Skockets. Skockets.
Skockets in flight.
Speaking of
Halo in outer space. Go ahead, Brant.
Brant.
343 Studios is reportedly losing another member.
Making some changes.
It's Richard Bergman from the players
count. From the NOFODcast. From the player count. Another hit. No. Now we're advertising everybody that leaves.
So let me see. This came from the according to the Lords of Gaming report.
Good job there, sourcing the news, Brant.
Corroborated by Windows Central.
Tom Warren?
Yes. Is he Windows Central? I thought it was the Verge, right?
Like 5 episodes. He
loves him some Microsoft, man. He loves him some Microsoft.
Like 5 episodes ago, I associated him with Windows Central for some reason.
I mean, I know he's a lead Microsoft guy, but like, as soon as something bad Sony comes out there, he's shitting on Sony. I'm like, and then he's just stirring the whole pot, and I'm just looking at his Twitter feed. I have to get off his Twitter feed because then all the fanboys come in there and start attacking
Tom Warren, the journalist.
He's like the Gandalf of Windows Central.
Tom Warren the Gray. He will
Like,
arise.
lead them all into battle.
Yeah, he will arise. After the launch of Windows 12, he will be Tom Warren the White. He will have ascended. Oh God, I think we were talking about Halo.
But, yeah,
Brand's waiting us for us to shut the fuck up.
the director of engineering, David Berger.
I'm Bergman. Come on, it's Berger. Bergman. It's German. Berger.
He's a former FASA interactive developer. He's been with 343 for over 14 years and at Microsoft for over
343 is like 14 years old, right? So he helped start it, right?
Yeah.
That's about the time that Bungie turned it over, isn't it? That timeline should line up. Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say
been that long.
Got to.
Okay, so 343 has had Halo longer than Bungie had Halo at this point? Yes, that's where we are.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. We're old.
That checks
I
out.
never thought about that.
Cesar, can I borrow one of your canes at this point?
Yes.
Yes, we're all old.
So 343's been ruining Halo for over 14 years. That's all I heard.
Cesar's breaking through with the lead there.
I'm already getting all Twitter. They're all directing at me. I'm laughing.
According to what I've looked at on Twitter, they might side with you. I think you're good. I think you're safe. Now,
so they talk about how his LinkedIn profile says he helped build a 120 strong engineering team from the ground
also
up.
the player count of Halo Infinite.
He helped
-1 from Richard Lee.
Halo 4, 5, and Infinite.
4 or 5 in Infinite.
Including leading development of Slipspace engine used for the most recent
Brant, that's all the maligned ones, right? 4 or 5 Infinite. That's all the panned ones at this point.
But it says if accurate, Berger's exit from 343 will follow that of Bonnie Ross, who also, just as of this past Monday, said she's stepping down after 15 years in charge of the studio. She had some family medical things she has to see to, so that's obvious. She's got to kind of step out.
There has been, yes. We will take, Bonnie Ross picked up the ashes of Halo after Bungie dropped it and built what we have now. So that gave us Anniversary 4, Halo 2 Anniversary 5, Master Chief Collection, and Infinite now, right? That's the legacy of Halo at PC, Steam, all those releases. There was a lot of grief after this last press release about the roadmap. I think we talked about it last week, as a matter of fact. The roadmap of the seasons and the battle passes and such. And just how, I don't know if it's a pandemic effect, I don't know if it's poor leadership, but whether it's justified or not, she's kind of been made the head of a lot of these complaints. Because she, being the lead of the studio, had been out there saying the things that the fandom is now looking back on, like there will never not be split screen Halo again after the 5 fiasco. And what did we get last week that was announced? Yeah.
No split screen, even though you can technically.
You still can, but the official support is going to be no. You can with the VCR Xbox One, the 2013 hardware. You still can, as well as admitting that Master Chief Collection launched in a poor state, and we still get booted from games today, 8 years after it launched. So some of that was, none of the vitriol that is directed at online personalities, or it's not online personalities. It's the way that people interact these days with someone who has an online presence, I guess is the right term. Leadership eventually does take the brunt of criticism and the direction of the team and the direction of the game, franchise, fandom. It's enormous pressure. I'm not saying she didn't handle it well, but she is the person who is at the top of that ship, right? Guiding this ship.
Yeah.
So, yes, we believe the statement that says there's a family emergency matter. She's also leaving Microsoft after more than 28 years in the gaming industry of Microsoft specifically. So that is a long legacy. That is not the results of a 1 week after smear campaign, as it were, of online criticism, right?
That's the internet, man. It's like nonstop.
Right.
Smear campaign. You just got to get used to it.
I don't know. This article notes 343's former head of production, Pierre Heinz, has taken on the role of studio head. See what Pierre's got up his sleeve? Brian Koski, who previously headed up marketing for Halo, set to become the GM of the franchise, while business operations and esports head Elizabeth Van Wyk will oversee business and operations. So it's quite the shuffle at 343. We'll see. It's going to take a while. We have an immediate roadmap, but it'll take a while to see what this leadership change institutes in the game that we all know and love. Because I think we all do know and love this game and want it to succeed, right?
Yeah, I don't want anything to fail. But I mean, at this point, it's bad she's leaving for the reason she's leaving, but right. I guess now is a good time to make the changes you need to make since people are leaving anyway. So
my guess too is she resurfaces somewhere at Microsoft. If it's a family medical leave thing, then that's she's coming back somewhere in some capacity.
Definitely. Yeah, she's not retiring from the industry altogether. I think hopefully the medical issue is not too dire.
Also, agreed.
And whoever in her family, they can take the time they need, and she can help serve and be there to support them however they need. And then when she's ready, she would probably be welcome with open arms right back into wherever she wants to go, honestly.
And if we back up and go to, I think Cesar talked about this on many, many podcasts ago, but Bungie was literally filling out a contract for Microsoft. They had to complete Halo 3, and then they had 2 games after that, and they gave us ODST and Reach, which are beloved by fans. They're not full-fledged experiences, but they're, I think Reach is. And ODST ended up being kind of an expansion of sorts, but this studio that had made this franchise that essentially made your console. What is Xbox without Halo, right? They're synonymous. And they had to formulate the studio from within to pick up these pieces and create a product and go forward. And it was never going to be perfect. And we actually enjoyed, Cesar, remember our playthrough of Halo 4 campaign? It was not bad. It was pretty good. We didn't play much of the multiplayer, and we have yet to get to Halo 5's campaign, but I've spent more time in Halo Infinite than probably any Halo ever. And I feel like we even titled an episode after a Brant comment where he's like, it's got those Halo bones. So they got a lot right with this. They got the most right with this, I think, since 343 has had Halo. And I'm pretty sure anybody who's played all the games would agree with this. So it's just the direction of where that game needs to go, because even Bungie has its criticisms with Destiny, right? That's not a perfect experience. There's still plenty of people that they just rebooted their whole art style. I looked at that trailer for the recent Destiny announcement. I'm like, what game is this? There's no way that's Destiny. It looks totally different. So everything adapts, everything changes. We wish her luck. Of course, as Brant said, with the family emergency thing, that's paramount above any and all else that goes on. And we'll see whatever comes up next with Bonnie and with Halo. And Mr. Berger. What was his first name? David Berger?
David? Yeah.
It's weird. I don't even see it in the article. There it is. It's in the very top.
Yeah. It's in the very top. Because they just refer to him as Berger in the freaking article. They didn't even put like his first name is
as soon as you jump in.
That's it.
All right, I can't wait to talk about this long-awaited Wii port that was announced during the
this Nintendo
simulator
Direct.
I just want everybody to know that Richard single-handedly killed Metroid Prime.
I did.
So.
I did.
It might be coming in November. I might stop playing my Wii copy that I spent $100-some on.
Yep, I'll go back to it right now.
Hey, usually we speak shit into.
We have the power.
So. Richard beat it to death.
I was only flexing. And actually messaged friend of the show, Russell, that morning. We watched the show together. So we were streaming the show, and then we were talking on FaceTime together as we kind of watched it together. And I told him I had been summoning the old gods and listening to the Metroid Prime soundtrack and the Twilight Princess soundtrack. I was like, it's going to happen. I've done these. I've done the required sacrifices. This is going to come forth based off all the intel we'd heard and like rumors from Jeff Grubb and other industry insiders. It wasn't just him, but we thought there was going to be a Zelda HD collection. We thought there was going to be a Metroid Prime collection of some kind. If first game, 3 games, something from 4. There's no telling. And there's still speculation. You know, I know we're kind of beating around the bush here for the actual Direct, but there's still speculation that it's a Metroid anniversary event that's going to be announced that'll have those and the Game Boy ones and maybe Samus for... Cesar shakes his head. He's like, nope, it's not happening.
We've been doing this for how many years now? Like the last 3 years? Metroid Prime collection?
Yeah.
Last 3 years, right?
I've been hearing it for a while. Literally been hearing it for a while. Yeah. So
it's been living rent-free in my head for 3 years, no more.
I've got a good version. I got a CRT to play it on it, and it looks gorgeous. I can't think of any changes. Would I play it portably on an OLED Switch? Yeah, that would probably look good. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with it, but this is fine too.
Metroid Prime plays portably well on Steam Deck. So
there you go.
That I can't talk about.
Cesar has a solution for you. He'll direct you to the...
Hey, man. I'll give you my money, Nintendo, if you put it on there, man. I hate giving the alternate ways of doing it, but I will gladly pay you the money required.
As Cesar said, and I got a great deal, but I spent $106 exactly on eBay to get a pristine copy of Metroid Prime Trilogy for Wii. I had my original one from back in the day, but it was unopened, so it was like, I'm not going to open this after all these years. It's worth it just to leave it sealed.
Yeah, mine's still sealed, too.
Yours is sealed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 600 plus at this point.
So is my GoldenEye 007 on the Wii. Is that worth anything?
$6. I just looked it up. $6. Yeah.
Sealed.
Yeah.
Nobody likes the Daniel Craig bastard version.
Nope.
I played it. It was okay. It's the Call of Duty of.
It's the best version of GoldenEye we're gonna get because we're never gonna get the N64 one again on anything. So. You might as well hold on to that one. Cesar, your sealed copy, I just looked that up. Your sealed copy is $6. Disc only is $17.99. So you might want to open.
How's that even happen? How's that even happen?
You might want to open it and part out the manual and the case and everything else.
Yeah.
They want less Daniel Craig on there, right? Is that what it is? The less Daniel Craig, the more money.
Right.
I get from
If it's disc only, they can't turn over the box and see Daniel Craig, and then you're duped into thinking, "Oh, this is GoldenEye for the Wii. I'm good." Oh, do you remember?
It's not the Pierce Bronson one. It's not the Pierce Bronson one. I paid money for this. $17. It's not the Pierce Bronson one.
Do you remember GoldenEye Rogue Agent? I sold that at retail. It was like a EA Bond shooter for, I think it was just GameCube and PS2. I don't think it came on Xbox. It was just called GoldenEye.
I'm only the expert of the James Bond games that came out in the PS3, 360, and the Wii era. That's it. I have every version of those, like Quantum of Solace, Bloodstone.
You forsaken the generation before?
Yep. Yeah, I even had that bullshit one called Legends where it was that weird battle royale against all the different villains.
Oh no, it did come out for Xbox. I sold all 3 of these. Holy shit. September 8th, 2006. So it came out a month before, 2 months before the next gen consoles, the PS3 and the Wii. Holy crap. Do I have that for Xbox? I gotta go look in a minute.
I'm pretty sure you most likely do.
Alright, enough talking about GoldenEye. That will not come up the rest of this episode.
That'll never come up for the rest of our lifetimes. All right.
Does it have co-op?
So
sorry. Does it have co-op?
Oh gosh. Oh, so starting off the direct, we had a new Fire
This
Emblem.
looks good.
Game. Fire Emblem.
Looks like traditional
Engage.
Fire Emblem, right?
It's a mainline. And what's funny is if you actually click and look on the article, they say as your Pepsi-colored protagonist, because everybody keeps talking about the main protagonist's hair because it's like half blue, half red. I saw like different photoshops where
Joy-Con colors,
Joy-Cons, blue and red, and then it's the like the bright pink and the green and the yellow and the purple and
The gray, just gray on both sides.
yeah,
Yep.
the gray, yeah.
Did he take the Pepsi challenge? Brand, are you old enough to remember the Pepsi challenge?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't think Bram was born yet.
We give him shit all the time. He's like, he remembers everything. He's like right behind us.
Let me spin the lore. I'm the lore master. I wanted when they meet him in public. I was like, man, I thought you were 19. It's like,
You're just too senile to remember the Pepsi challenge.
Page master.
You're getting old.
dude, I almost made it to 40. I don't give 2 fucks anymore, man. So you can say whatever you want.
I'll give him that, and he's
I've known a lot of people who do not made it to 40.
he's knocking on the gates.
Oh gosh.
Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin,
Various people from various jobs I worked at.
Queen Elizabeth II. No, it was like double 40.
Oh god, I'll never make it that much. Get out of here. That's a dream.
So in this game, your character is you go around your continent.
You're a what?
Just in the Queen Elizabeth
What
joke.
was that pause? In this game,
What?
you froze. It was like in this
I
game,
froze?
you're
I froze?
We were waiting for a joke.
Oh no. I said I guess you're some kind of incarnation of the divine dragon.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Go ahead, small child Brant. Continue.
Goo goo gaga.
Young Brent. Brent, do you need some milk?
I'm gonna be like Ricky Bobby.
Chucky
Just keep
milk.
on calling like different forms of baby Jesus and stuff like that. Young small Brant.
Baby Brent. Baby Brent in a manger.
1-year-old Brant. Continue your story on the Fire Emblem Engage.
But
And Gage.
you're going around the continent of Elios, and you're collecting different emblems or rings that actually aid you and help you summon legacy characters like Marth.
Yeah, I saw Marth on there because they were talking about emblems. Like, what the hell is this game? And then Marth was front and center. I was like, oh, it's a Fire Emblem game.
Yep.
They gotta figure out a way to get that those DLC for those unknown characters in there.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers characters.
Mm. Oh yeah. You can download Alex and Steve and some of them.
Alex Kidd.
He comes pre-installed. What are you talking about? There's the only way people play him. He's your starter Fire Emblem character.
No.
Oh my god. Oh, this Nintendo
Your
Direct.
starter character.
This Nintendo Direct is off to an awful start.
But yes, that is Fire Emblem Engage, and it comes out January of next year. So I'm guessing we'll probably get some more announcements probably within the next coming months.
This has been rumored for a while, right? Another mainline Fire Emblem traditional style, like not Three Houses type thing.
They just had another one of the. I can't remember. I don't remember if it's in the Warrior series or what it is, but they just had another Fire Emblem game not too long ago, like this year. This game was actually that's exactly it, Cesar. The next game.
What were we looking at?
Leaked out early. Hold it up again for Richard. Yep.
Warriors, import, three heroes, collectors, or what are we looking at?
Limited edition. Since we're actually getting a limited edition for this one in America.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep importing mine from the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, that was one thing, is that they're going to have limited edition. Like I was saying,
Here?
this next this next one came out, I guess, a couple days before, or maybe the weekend before. There was some, was it another trademark or something somebody saw go live, or ratings board thing or something. But It Takes Two comes to Switch.
I just got the song stuck in my head.
It looked, yeah. All I could think of was Joseph Fares fucking the Oscars. Oh, you. But when you looked at this trailer, it was like, that's a Switch game. You could tell it was like
it looked very,
yeah.
It looked a little rough.
Yep, they took that game, made it for Switch. I could tell. Sure. It might be the Wii version.
I guess it's playable for somebody.
That's true. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Next up was a game I was trying to figure out if this was the Wii U one or what. Like, where did this come from?
They already
the Wii one we never
version,
got.
yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say they already did the Wii U one.
Is this physical at all? Have y'all seen?
It's probably gonna be physical from Asian version because that's how I had to get my.
We are talking about Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse.
The Wii exclusive Fatal Frame.
I just get songs stuck in my head. Lunar Eclipse of the Heart. Let's go.
Fatal Frame.
Coming early 2023.
Yeah, because I have to probably import mine like this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing literally says bring the classic Wii title back to life with bumped up visuals and an all new photo mode.
Okay.
And it's coming out on every fucking console ever made.
It is.
I'm happy with that.
Gentlemen, we've gotten the most recent Fatal Frame. We got the second to most recent Fatal Frame. Do you think we get the rest of the franchise?
The most fatal of frames?
All the frames of the Fatals.
We never got the Wii remakes, right? Where they remade 1 and 2?
Not yet.
No.
So that's the only ones that are missing.
1, 2, 3 on.
I don't think they remade 3. I think they just remade 1 or 2 or just one of them. I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would we get all of those?
I don't think they re-released them since the PS2. I got all 3 of those digitally in my PS2, PS3 and PS2.
Right. Would we get them on current gen? A re-release of those titles?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Unless-
You don't think they'll keep going backwards?
Depends on how everything sells. They could do a collection, but I mean, they gotta the money's gotta be there. It's gotta make sense.
Okay, so there was enough from the one that Cesar showed us, to justify this one, right?
Yeah, but a lot of this is because Nintendo's pretty cool about it, because like they own the copyright for this game still, and it's still on the boxes of the other games coming out. So remember that Fatal Frame franchise is tied with Nintendo now. So
Okay, so that's where you're saying, Cesar. We got the Wii U one on everything. We got the Wii one on everything because Nintendo pushed this forwards. 1, 2, and 3.
they okayed
1, 2, and
it,
3 are a crapshoot because there's no telling with those. Right.
Who knows? It's that same bullshit. Like, will we ever get Bayonetta 2 and 3 on anything else? Because it's owned by Sega, but it's licensed by Nintendo. So
Yeah.
Just imagine instead of this piecemeal, if we got a Fatal Frame collection with everything on it. That would have been.
Well, if we fucking buy this, we might get one.
You could, yeah. You have to make it make sense for them.
That
I bought
too.
multiple copies.
That too.
I'm the reason why you got this game.
Just Cesar.
And Tails.
Yep.
Next up, it wouldn't be a brand new Nintendo title that was just released without getting DLC like a month or two afterward. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass Wave 2 coming in October reveals a new character who's like part machine or something.
Yeah, she looked kind of funky. And swimsuits. They made a big deal about the swimsuits.
Yeah. More character cosmetic, I guess, choices, which included swimsuits.
You gotta keep the horny going, man.
Next up, Brant, good news for you. SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake We talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's a new title, right? Not a remaster of any other.
Right up right up Brant's alley. Yeah.
3D platformers, come on.
SpongeBob one specifically.
I mean, Brant is our SpongeBob video game correspondent, so.
Oh, this one is going to have
Animal Crossing.
This one is going to have something over the last one I played. They did announce in this trailer that all the original voice actors are portraying the characters in the game, because that was my one caveat to the last one. I enjoyed it, but like there was off-brand Mr. Krabs or something, and it was
like every Darth Vader you hear, and it's like
for me.
They listened to Brant,
it's not,
and they're like, "We need to get the originals back." Brant is the SpongeBob correspondent for NOFODcast. We need to keep him.
Brant bought a copy on every platform.
Even
Brant paid for the voice actors for this. All right, Brant, I'm gonna derail the news for a second. I'm getting a major Silent Bob vibe from the backwards hat. I'm like, it's just I can't not see it now. Yeah, the shifty eyes.
I don't think I have a trench coat anymore.
The Zelda shirt will suffice.
I could go find something. I can find something dark to put over this. And
I'm looking at Silent Bob. Oh, good times. This one was Bizarre Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I got really excited and then really disappointed because there's
it's like a rhythm game.
Isn't there like a obscure Fist of the North Star game that's kind of expensive for, what was it, PS2 or PS3?
Was it this one? Did you box?
No, it was some kind of like.
I mean, there was two that came out on PS3 and 360 that were the ones made by Tecmo. Away.
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about, and then you have the one that came out on PS4 from the Yakuza studio.
I'm thinking of the PS3 era. I knew it was. I think
Fist
it
of
was
10 or something like that, or something like Fist of the North Star. Is like, so I don't know. I have it somewhere. I think we got the first one physical, and then Europe got the second one exclusively physical for whatever reason.
But it's one of those. It's kind of gone up. And
no, Brand, if
it's supposed to be really.
You can find a copy of Attack on Titan final season on PS4 for a good price. That's the one you need to grab. Same thing for you, Richard. That thing's unridiculously expensive.
How bad?
But yeah, this
I'll send it to you.
North Star Fitness.
It looked like a rhythm game, right?
Yeah, it looks like the boxing game the fitness boxing that they have for the Switch now, but just with anime characters from Fist of the North Star.
Yep. Next up was it looks like a hopeful Fall Guys Oddballers.
Oh,
it looked like fun.
There we go.
Is this out on everything else already? It kind of presented to me like, this is the game you know and love, now on Switch. Oddballers. Try not to get taken out by the swingy ball chain thing. Buy upgradable costumes.
Yeah, to me it looked like kind of like Gang Beast-esque.
Yep.
Gang Beast still lives.
Gang Beast adjacent.
It does. Pretty much.
After that was Tunic, coming to Nintendo Switch. Indie darling / Xbox Game Pass hit. Fox Zelda Tunic. After that, we got Front Mission 1, 2, and 3. I think this is the first announcement of 3, right? We knew 1 and 2 were coming. We got dates.
Yeah.
And then 3 was announced for next year. That's the PS2 one, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. What were 1 and 2 on? 2 was on PS1?
I think that's
was 1 was on Super Famicom? Because they mentioned in that direct, first time in English.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I think Front Mission 2 was in English already.
Front Mission 1 and 2 were both Super Nintendo Super Famis.
Super Fami. And we never got either one.
Okay. Front Mission 1 was re-released in America as Front Mission DS, which I have.
So we never got it as Super Famicom. Or
Correct.
Super Nintendo.
Front Mission 2 we've never seen the light of day in the United States.
Okay.
Front Mission 3 was a PS1 RPG.
Okay.
So 2 was the first time we got it over here. 1 was released as the DS. We never got any form of 2 whatsoever.
So I'm ahead. So. Front Mission 4 is the one for PS2.
Yes, and then Front Mission 5 we didn't get, or some shit like that. I can't remember. There was a Front Mission they skipped because that's when they went to like the English studio and they try to do it with their own.
There was a weird one on PS3 360, right? That was not highly revered.
I think they've really tried, and then remember we got that, was it Left Alive? That weird one drawn by the Metal Gear?
Yes!
That was in the Front Mission universe. So they keep trying to bring it back ever so often. So, Front Mission 5 was on PS2 also. And we never got it. It was a Japan exclusive.
How can I not think of the...
Because you had it right, Front Mission 4 was on PS2. But they never brought over 5 over here.
Yoji Shinkawa is the artist.
Yeah, Yoji Shinkawa, yeah. Left Alive, that was in the Front Mission universe.
That's right.
Which I think Richard had famously watched on the Giant Bob East stream about how crazy the AI was in that game. So.
And the Metal Gear Survive. The game looked crazy. No, it was Left Alive. That was a great.
It was
Left
Alive, yeah.
I should play that before they pull the plug on it. It looks so good. And the artwork on that is incredible. I think it's worth the $5 I spent on it for the artwork alone. Yeah,
if you don't even want to open up and leave your steel copy for the thousands of dollars it'll eventually cost one day, I think it's on PlayStation Plus, that monthly subscription thing, so you can download and play it.
I think that was a GameFly purchase too. I don't think I actually got that one new. Next up was a bizarre turn of events. For those of you trying to keep track of the studio's doing Harvest Moon versus this studio's doing Story of Seasons, we have the most beloved, I believe, Harvest Moon title, A Wonderful Life, as a subtitle for the next Story of Seasons.
So that was a Christmas movie about Santa Claus.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe.
Isn't basically... Oh my gosh. Isn't Story of Seasons basically made by the people who originally did Harvest Moon, but they cannot use the Harvest Moon name?
They got A Wonderful Life somehow. It's like, how are they able to use this?
Yeah.
I mean, they own the games, they just don't own the copyright to the name of the games.
Yeah.
Because in Japan it was Bokujo Monogatari?
That's what I was going to say.
Something like that.
So... that's what they always call it, which I think just translates farm story, which is I think that's what it translates to. But
it was just localized here as
Brent, is this the?
But I think Natsume owns the Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Brent, is this the first of your farming simulators that you alluded to? Farming RPGs. Yeah.
Oh yes.
First of many. Take a shot. Everyone, take a shot when a farming RPG simulator comes up. Yeah.
People were getting upset online about that. They're like, I sat here and watched every first-person shooter announce and every other thing. Let me have my thing, because they were getting mad about all the farming RPG stuff. Somebody's like, let me have my dream. You over here, I had to sit there and watch first-person shooters for the last 10 years. Let me have my dream of unlimited farming games. People
love them, man, and I never really get into them, but every one of these they showed off, I'm like, this looks good. I want to play that Harvestella demo they announced. I'm like, that looks good. I want to try this. I think my kids will end up liking these not Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life games as well. Brant, what's our first Splatfest for the game that you need to buy that Cesar and I have yet to play together online?
Splatfest has been confirmed coming the 23rd of September.
3 teams?
It's 3 teams. It's what would you bring to a deserted
one was
island?
named after Jeff Grubb.
Grub Gear or Fun?
Grub Gear or Fun. Which team would you guys line up with Splatoon 3's Splatfest?
Whatever won the Stingray reps.
Big Man? Big Man is awesome. Yeah, Big Man is awesome. Whatever Big Man reps. People are dogging this one for its idols, like the people and the Big Man. They're the same. They're the same to me, right?
It's every fucking Splatoon, though, right?
Yeah. We need Callie and Marie.
Have you never seen a Splatoon?
Each one has a different one. These are great. I love Big Man holding the TV. He's like holding this. It's like holding this little early plasma thing. Big Man. Stingray with feet.
Man.
Then we got the announcement for Octopath Traveler 2.
And once again, the 8 protagonists spell Octopath. Did y'all see that with the 8 people they showed off?
Yeah.
I'm like, are they doing this? And then I see Octavius. Partillo, the merchant.
Yeah. But you can expect this to hit Nintendo Switch February.
And that should eventually come to everything, right? Because I think it has since then. At least Xbox and PC. Is Octopath Traveler on PlayStation?
Yeah, I was about to say it's been. No, it's been Xbox PC.
What's weird is that the Octopath Traveler skipped PlayStation altogether, and then now it's skipping Xbox in the second one. So.
Really?
Yeah. It's coming on PS5, PS4, PC, and Switch.
Leave the Microsoft.
That's a Nintendo. That's a Nintendo ass move, right? Like, let's spread this out. Let's get the funding, and then we'll channel the second one just to our platform. Now that we have 200 million people that have Switches.
To be fair, we still have. Microsoft's actually going to do a showcase on Tokyo Game Show. So for all we know, they could save it for there. So
which starts tomorrow, right? Yeah. Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be part of their Game Pass push for Japan. So to be fair. You never know. Yeah. It just could be not a physical version of it.
But yeah, there's already been some Tokyo Game Show stuff come out, but I just figured we'd save it all for one big push.
Don't worry, Brent. Young Brent. 10-year-old Brent. It's a good decision.
Small baby Brent.
just born Brent. Fresh out the womb, Brent.
He's like a mini version of me, Brent.
The hell? Sorry. Power flickered. Next up, Fae Farm.
This look good. Another farming game.
It's just like another farming game, but there's also
combat
and combat
and Rune Factor and in Fae Farm.
We have a Final Fantasy
Theater
rhythm game.
These games are
holy shit. That thing has like 400 songs.
These games are good. Is there any?
And then it gets a.
Brad, did you play these on 3DS? They're so good.
No,
they're so really fucking good. It's like Elite Beat Agents with Final Fantasy music across all the games. It's so good.
Yeah, just doing it to Final Fantasy X battle music. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, and the trailer they showed was like, yes. But then they delved off into, here's your regular edition, here's your deluxe edition. Is there any chance we get this on a cart with all the stuff on it? That would be incredible.
I mean, it's coming out on physical, but I don't think you get any of the DLC stuff. Because that's all later. But it's like 500 songs. If you get the expanded DLC pass, it's like, holy shit.
Brent, did you like Osu Totakade Owinden or Elite Beat Agents? Did you play those on DS? Yeah, you would love this. They're like battles against these fictional characters with Final Fantasy music, with the videos and stuff, FMVs and all that playing in the background.
Yeah,
it's awesome. They're great.
A lot of fucking 3DS games coming on the Switch. I'm okay with this.
It was a great platform. It had an awesome library. It's like, let's just borrow we're already pulling from the Wii and the Wii U. Let's pull from that library as well and bring those over. What was next?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh man, Brent,
Mario Rabbids.
Young pre-teenage Brent. Tell us about that Mario Rabbids Sparks.
Oh, little baby Brent just learning about Wi-Fi. I can connect to my Nintendo DS to Wi-Fi.
Oh, small child Brent who just graduated from the Sippy Cup to
Is that a new Mario Kart track pack? The Sippy Cup. Is that coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
Oh god.
They didn't show.
I would play that Hot Wheels car level.
They didn't show Rayman. So we got Rayman in that Ubisoft thing, and then they didn't show Rayman in the Nintendo thing. I'm like, what happened? I keep waiting for Rayman.
Well, I mean, I think that Rayman was it was a DLC, but it was like DLC number 3 or something like that. It's like way in the future. It's like, hey, by the way, we ain't doing shit with this franchise. Take a look.
At least show it off, because like Cesar mentioned in a text, I hope Nintendo ends up with Rayman at some point.
And leads with them, yeah. Put them in there as DLC, and we'll take them with us.
Next up, it was Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. They just showed some gameplay, right? That's all it was.
Yeah, that is coming in October, and then we have our 3DS game of the show here, which is the Rune Factory 3 Special Edition.
So I have played multiple video game,
Rune Factory,
thousands of video game franchises. I've never played a Rune Factory, and people say they are incredible.
They're good.
Is this a good one?
This is, I think, the first one that was on the 3DS, and they're like Harvest Moon, but like you battle in dungeons.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first one that introduced like the creating of relationships and marriage and stuff like that. That was kind of like side, like, let's do shit we don't normally do in Harvest Moon that they started integrating in Harvest Moon later on down the years. But
Gotcha.
it's more RPG with some farming sim on the side type thing.
Are they all connected, or can you jump into 3 and just...
You can jump at any of them. None of them are the same, and they just got some kind of, usually got a gimmick that's different than the rest, because they announced that Rune Factory 3 Special Edition, and then they said that the next Rune Factory was being developed now, which I guess will be 6. Because we had 4, which was a 3DS game, also ported over, and then we got 5. They're following the same formula, so.
Yeah. Factories of the Runes. Next up, we got a roadmap for Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack for better or worse. It seems like this takes us into next year, so no surprises.
Yeah.
That kind of...
I'm pissed that we joked about Pokemon Stadium, and now they put that shit in
Yeah,
there.
and then you saw the announcement at the bottom. It's like, no Pokemon carry over to this. So what are those games without any sort of Game Boy pack integration? Like, they something to somebody.
There's 3 games for 2022. Who knows exactly at which point we'll get these, but
Yay!
64,
Yay!
Mario Party,
Yay!
Mario Party 2. Then leading into next year, we start with
Yay!
Mario Party 3, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Stadium 2,
Whatever those are.
Yes!
snowboarding, and Excite Bike
Yay!
64.
Out of all these, me and my brother and my cousin played so much 1080 back in the day. So much 1080. It's a very nostalgic game for me. 1080. Ricky Winterborn. And like Tommy Hilfiger snowboards and stuff. We love some 1080.
They still make those things?
Tommy Hilfiger snowboards?
Or just Tommy Hilfiger clothing?
Do they?
Yeah, probably.
They still make Ricky Winterborn? Remember they put him in Wave Race after that. He was in like the GameCube Wave Race.
Yeah, to continue the lore.
But that wasn't all.
That has to be all, Brent.
That literally.
Tell us, freshly graduated kindergarten Brant, please tell us more.
Now that you know your alphabet.
Literally made me yell.
Brent, give me a G. G. Give me an O. Do I have to spell it out?
So they announced GoldenEye 007 for the sometime in the future. We didn't
Should be pretty soon, right?
The 60th anniversary of Bond is
we would hope
October 5th is what I saw.
Okay.
So I would imagine that being timed around that.
Along with this, we got the basic tandem announcement that this is also going to Xbox Game Pass. Don't get excited. It seems that we are never getting that lovely upgraded, up-resed version that we...
Unless you have a modded Xbox 360, in which case, see Brant after the show. And take a left after you go out the exit.
After the show, meet Brant at the local Walmart.
Yes.
Where he would hook your Xbox 360 to a tube TV and institute the hack.
Yeah, as Brant said, interestingly, the N64 GoldenEye is the N64 game. So when you play online multiplayer, it is emulating that online multiplayer. It's emulating the 4 controller slots. So you will be able to screen watch, as it should be, I guess, as you play online multiplayer on that game.
Oh, and you're only getting online multiplayer on Switch. The one where online multiplayer is usually a freaking nightmare.
It's built into NSO. It's just it's the N64 ROM. I saw it confirmed that the copyright expired, or it was like, rare, limited, 1997 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the Xbox version says 2022. It is native 4K. It is 16:9. It supports the twin stick shooting.
Yep.
And it is split screen only. And Cesar, famously, you have never played this campaign or anything, right?
I haven't played anything GoldenEye related. I've never fired the game
This
up.
would be an awesome, even just sit down and watch you play through the campaign, because the campaign is really good. It was... I'm trying not to oversell this, but I think it is that important. It is the first-person shooter. It is Halo before Halo was out. It is that, okay, first-person shooters can play on consoles. And outside of Doom Super Nintendo, which was a glorious port. But,
yeah. This was the next...
I don't know.
And the multiplayer...
The Giants...
Do what?
Was the giant satellite in
Yes, it is. That's the last level.
Yeah.
I just remember that from the movie. That was it.
And the music is awesome. The best of which, once you get into the game,
hit that pause menu.
Oh,
Grant Kirkhope and was it David Wise? Was it the composer of Donkey Kong Country? It was Grant Kirkhope and somebody else. I think it was David Wise.
David Wise sounds.
And they took, and this famously took. It was like 2 years after GoldenEye came out that this game actually came out, and it was a word of the mouth thing. I remember buying our copy. I was in 8th grade, and I bought a copy from the kid behind me in science class for $10. And
so you bought this game before Brant was born.
Brant was not the kid behind me in class. Brant was in the pre-K class that I was in charge of watching as an elective in school. Brant, why are you getting this unjust murder every bit?
Hey man, we're all making Brant younger. Brant should be pleased.
Let's say keep it up. I'll be feeding you both applesauce.
He's gonna be changing our diapers in a couple more years.
Brant's like, I'm so old. I remember when Pierce Brosnan was 007.
I'm over here holding my beer, and I remember Roger Moore and all that.
We're the
shit,
Roger Moore era.
Ooh, I'm about to say Roger Moore and Sean Connery, baby.
And I'll die on this hill. I'm a Timothy Dalton defender. He read the novels.
Really?
He studied the character. He played a Ian Fleming Bond. Versus
you weren't a George fan. George was.
No, I love George Lazenby's. Yep, on Her Majesty's Secret Service is one of my favorite Bond movies. Yep, top 5. Sure, let's go. I'll die on that hill too.
He did, right?
Huh?
Yeah, that was the only one he did, right?
That was it. And then they brought back Connery for Diamonds Are Forever. Was the next one after that.
That banger track.
Yep, that was oh man, Shirley something, I think. She did the Goldfinger theme.
Goldfinger.
Yep. Diamonds are forever, forever.
Oh my gosh. I got that box set around here.
Are you a Bond film fan?
I had only watched a few of them, but then I got that box set and I'd slowly work my way through. Still haven't watched every single last one. I haven't watched some of the more recent ones, but
interestingly, in Bergman lore, DVD was probably the new thing, but I didn't have a DVD player, and I had just gotten a VCR, like my own VCR, in the bedroom, and it was either Sam's Club or Costco, whoever we had the membership for. When they started re-releasing all those, they were $5 a piece. So whenever we went for a bi-weekly or once a month, whatever that trip was, it was like, I'm getting the next Bond film. And I just that's how I consumed them, was getting those $5 tapes. And I still have a bunch of those tapes. And I watched them, and I looked up the correct order, the sequential order, and I watched them as they released.
Yep.
So on VHS for $5 a piece. Remember?
Did you watch the real Casino Royale, or did you watch the fake Casino Royale?
I've seen both. I've seen the unlicensed one, and I've seen the Daniel Craig one. Do you remember when Sam's Club and Costco would give you the tape or the game in that plastic? It had like
with
a
the
foot.
humongous cardboard box, and it's inside the middle of it.
This was a
Yeah.
plastic one, so it would be the tape, but the tape was like locked in this plastic thing, this plastic case, and then it had like a plastic foot underneath that, so you could thumb through them or
It
something.
had-
Yeah,
it
like a
had
handle on the
handle
bottom.
It was
That's how I got
weird.
my Game Boy Advance, my Arctic White Game Boy Advance, because it had F-Zero in my little plastic case. when I
Oh.
went and bought mine. Yeah.
It was locked in that thing in the foot.
Mhm.
Yeah, remember when the wholesalers like Costco and BJ's and Sam's, like when they would have those launch bundles that would have like good stuff in them. It wasn't just a GameStop trying to give it to you bundle with a PlayStation card and extra controller and stuff.
And 45 worm lights.
Is that what you got with your F-Zero?
No, mine was just the Arctic White
Just one worm light?
Game Boy Advance and F-Zero. That was it.
So I know as this presentation was going on, Brant was texting both of us. He said, I'm going to be burning up some Nintendo Switch Online. GoldenEye, Excitebike, 1080, Pilot Wings, and the Mario parties. That's what we wanted
those are
from
good
this
fish.
service from N64. We've given them shit for their, and this still might be like their monthly bullshit, but these are quality games that are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And these aren't available anywhere else. The Nintendo 64 is kind of famous for its library being stuck there. So there haven't been a whole lot of... I mean, Banjo-Kazooie is an outlier on that, which was awesome to be included in this. But, like, we haven't got another 1080 outside of the GameCube one. It's not available on anything outside of Virtual Console. This is, I guess, is the new Virtual Console. But we've got Mario Parties. GoldenEye is huge. Pilot Wings. We're all Pilot Wings fans on this show. I know me and Cesar are. Brant, you're a fan of the Pilot Wings? Yeah. They're always great showcases for new hardware, too. It's like, this is what this thing can do. And they're fun. And they're like time trials. Like, you can keep going with them. Brant, what's happening over there?
So brave.
It's an exorcism.
He's listening to the Root Sandstorm in the back.
Brant, stop paying like half the bill. Go ahead and
Oh no!
Send 'em,
the
Brant,
bill's
send 'em
been paid,
everything.
sir. It's been paid.
go give Lance Armstrong a bar down there. He's down there churning the like the old ESPN commercial.
Was he riding a Peloton?
Yeah, go. He's charging the house by himself. Just go give him an energy bar.
Getting back to the announcements, Various Day Life apparently was Apple
I
Arcade
hate this
launch
name.
title.
I
Now
hate this
coming
name. The game looks interesting. This game is. The title's awful.
It's more farming. It's more RPG.
It's Various Day
elements,
Life. I do that every day.
it's
I play
Various
games
Day
to
Life.
escape. Don't give me.
Escape from the grind by picking
Yeah.
up a new grind.
No, Richard. This is only if you get Isekai. This is a Isekai Various Day Life. So
And it's not even
Yep.
it's not even a joke like Job Simulator. Like this is just Various Day Life. Just you go about your
Yeah.
Various Day Life.
this is Brand alluded to is coming to Switch and I think PS4 in 2 days.
Yeah.
Next up, Factorio.
See exactly which one this was.
The highly acclaimed management sim Factorio, which was looked like a I don't know what it looked like. It looked like something on drugs.
You had all kind
It
of
was like
ramps and like
speeding,
yeah.
speeding trains, and it was fast paced.
Oh, yeah, it's like you've crash landed on a planet and you've got to rebuild your spaceship and.
But the
gather
resource
resources.
tracking was like these ramps and series of boost like tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
It looked like one of those games that would have came out on Super Nintendo that I would have played the shit
Yeah.
out of. So that was like, it was actually pretty good.
So as Russell and I are watching this, I'm like, Russell, this is 1,000% your game. This is some bullshit you'll get into. It's like, yep, this is a Russell game.
Oh, like his Astroneer.
Yep, it's like this is a Russell game. Yep. Factorio.
I still,
Next up was
before we go on, I still remember that when Russell had brought his friends over and they were showing each other's Astroneer rooms, and I was just sitting there and I didn't have the game, and I had to listen to them as they speak, like, check this out, check this out. And they're like, oh man, this is cool, check this out.
On
And I'm
Astroneer?
just sitting here listening to.
On Astroneer?
Yeah, that's why I think we were waiting for you to join on Halo. They're like, oh, but we're already in Astroneer, so just wait. And I'm on the party chat with them. They're like, check out my thing. I'm over here, like, yeah, man, I put this over here. I'm like, I can't see shit. I'm just letting them. They're just describing to me whatever the fuck Astroneer is about. And I'm like, I have no idea.
Cesar's begging for death.
I was thinking about turning the Xbox off at some point, but
oh god.
Next up was Ib. What is Ib? I don't remember this.
This is the one where the girl's walking through the art gallery, and then somehow gets like sucked into one of these paintings, and then is in this weird, twisted world, and she's got to try and get back to her reality. Or it's definitely very stylized.
Sounds like Mario 64 getting sucked into paintings.
Yeah, it kind of does, but it's more horror based, I guess. Suspense based.
Next up, there's an update for Mario Strikers Battle League. Yeah.
Free.
Coming this month. Free update. You got Pauline.
Yeah.
Was there anything else?
Diddy.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Pauline.
Diddy
and
Kong.
Diddy.
Not Diddy Kong Racing, but Diddy Kong.
Yeah, that looks.
Diddy Kong Racing to Nintendo Switch Online. That'd be a big one. People love that game.
Or Mickey Super Speedway.
Mickey Super Speedway. USA.
Yeah, I can't forget the Usa.
Usa. Next up, this game looked amazing. I text Cesar about this. I don't even know what's happening, but it looks amazing. Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End, and the Secret Key. This looked awesome. Cesar, you want to shed any light on the series?
It's like any other Atelier game. Has some management in there. You're learning to make potions and different things for everyday life, and they usually go into some adventure that affects them without getting into details in the first two games.
Yeah, it was like the open
sure.
world looked really cool.
I mean, it's an Atelier game. They're all the same. It just usually has a different protagonist with a different story. So
look good. Next up, we got an update for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 3. They showed 2 tracks. One was from Mario Kart Tour. It was like that was the snowy thing, right?
one was the Christmas Mountain thing or something like that.
And then the other one was from the Nintendo DS. It was like
DS.
I remember the Chain Chomp jumping around. It was like something Gardens. Is it Peach Gardens? I don't remember the exact title. I remember it being good on DS because the Chain Chomps would like jump across the map and you'd have to dodge them.
I don't know. We all have the fucking Battle Pass, and we have not been playing it together.
I played it last weekend on the bachelor trip. Did I talk about it?
So you have played the Battle Course Pass.
Yep. We played Calamari Desert where you actually end up on the train tracks for part of the map. I was like, how does this happen? I haven't been doing this for 20 years. It was crazy. Nintendo Switch Sports Golf delay.
Game.
Nintendo Switch Sports Golf will tee off a bit later than expected, it says. Look forward to that soon.
Yeah. But the 8-player battle mode looks pretty
yes.
fun.
Oh, everybody teeing off at once and try to putt at one time. Yeah, it looked crazy. That did look wild.
It was about this time in the show that I'm like, okay, this has been an okay direct. I really hope they have something amazing to show. And then they call out Miyamoto. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is it. We haven't had a new Mario or anything in quite a while. Mario Odyssey 2 or something nobody expected. And he goes into Pikmin Bloom is a
for a long time.
Game.
They spent a long time on this shit.
Yeah.
They spent a long time on just him talking about Mario movie still coming.
He keeps mentioning that
Universal Studios.
Chris on.
Yeah.
Whoever Chris is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From Illumination.
And then Universal Studios and was it Californians getting their Nintendo themed world next year? So
opening soon.
Never the one in Florida, always the one in California.
I know, right?
California.
And then we got an announcement about
Pikmin Quattro.
Pikmin 4.
Brant's favorite T-shirt.
Brant designed a T-shirt just for this announcement.
Miyamoto made
That's
the
so
T-shirt.
funny. I was like, it's a Miyamoto-ass thing.
Mm.
What is that, a 2023 release next year?
Mm.
Yeah, and they're not really much to the
I
announcement.
mean, they said there was another Pikmin, like, what, in 2016, 2017? It's been a while,
Yeah.
so.
They announced it when the Wii U was relevant. Friend of the show, Russell, was
that ever
very
happening?
excited about
Ever?
this game. He loved the third one. Next up.
Brant's favorite game?
Another Just Dance. It's
Digital only.
And
more just.
is 100%
It's a
digital.
code in a box.
It's a service. It's a games as a dance as a
Dance
service.
as a service.
Once they gave up on the Wii, it became Dance as a Service.
Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It had seasons. Y'all see that in the trailer? It's like, oh, a new season's out. It's time to dance. That's what they were telling their friends.
Yeah.
As Brian alluded to, this is the first one not coming to Wii. It's also skipping PS4 and VCR Xbox.
Oh.
It's PS5 series and Switch PC only.
No PS4 and Xbox One? Really?
Which people were bitching about. They're like, how does it coming out on Switch but not coming on those consoles?
That's crazy. They got
Nobody
there's
knows.
200 million of those out there. That's wild.
I don't know.
Okay. Next up, Harvestella. They showed us a trailer that continues to look good. They said the demo is available later today. That was a big thing.
No.
Bayonetta 3. Look good.
It's more Bayonetta-y.
It looked Bayonetta-y. Sure.
Yep.
They focused on, like, Bayonetta 1 was about saving your, friend or yourself, and then Bayonetta 2 is about
herself,
saving your friend.
unlocking her memories.
Yeah.
2 was saving a friend. Yep. This is saving the world. Okay. Yeah.
Next up, we got...
Master Detective.
This was my game of the show. I loved everything about what I saw from this game. It looked so good.
Have you played a Danganronpa game?
No!
Yeah. It's got the same character designs and everything.
Does it play the same way?
It's from the people that...
Danganronpa is more of a visual novel, and you're static. You can't really move around, and when you do move around, it's like a dungeon crawler. This one is more of like a visual novel, but it's like a RPG, JRPG-esque world where you move around.
Like Phoenix Wright, but you're walking around and stuff, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is Master Detective Archives Rain Code. This was my game of the show. I loved the art style, I loved the music, I loved the premise, I loved the graphics. Everything about it was just like, this looks awesome. I've never heard of this. This looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, you don't need to make a new Switch system when you can just release cloud.
As Reggie recommends.
Cloud versions
of Metal Gear. Metal Gear
Cloud.
Cloud. He's from Final Fantasy VII.
Why is he in Resident Evil?
Oh,
like
crossover. Fox die. This is bad.
Oh, imagine that one person that fires up Resident Evil 3. And Cloud ain't in this bitch.
Yeah.
It's false advertisement.
You guys were talking about some damn Solid Snake. He ain't in this shit either. You're getting Resident Evil 2 remake, 3 remake, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and 8 Village via cloud streaming.
Village.
Y'all seen Reggie out there saying there should be no more consoles, there should be no more devices, it should all be cloud to everything. Gosh. Yeah, that's his new shtick and his... I don't think he's touring for his book anymore. He's just interviewing people, and it's...
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a device.
Is that point in your... Once you're done with your career that you just do random advice and off-the-wall things that you never heard of before, and you're like, man, does he always think like this? I mean,
if we dug deeper, I'm assuming he's invested in some sort of streaming platform that... Yeah, now that he's free of Nintendo, so it's like... Then he can throw his clout behind whatever that thing, his clout behind.
He needs to get back.
I'm sure
he needs to get back to playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah, get his body ready for clout streaming.
I'm sure he's paying for those servers for a Mant Berkey somewhere. So.
Mant Berkey.
Mant Berkey.
Surprisingly, Sifu, the Kung Fu game that debuted on PS5.
And that also looked just like It Takes Two.
I was about to say, just again, it looked like they pared it down for Switch.
This looks like a Switch version. So if this hasn't been like a stark difference for other people like it has been for us, it's starting to get wider and wider and wider as we go on. Yeah. As they bring these titles over.
But you can expect to see Sifu on Nintendo Switch this November. Next, we got another look at Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion.
I'm still cautiously optimistic about this one. They've said there's an improved battle system, but that battle system was so good on the PSP with the random, like the 777s, like that roulette thing that would just go off randomly.
Yeah,
It's still in there.
included
Really?
So,
I haven't seen it. I don't feel like I saw
I've
it.
seen it multiple times in the trailers
Okay,
that have been shown.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
watch the trailer, dude.
I'm good then.
It's there. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good. If they're not hosing this thing, because I want to believe in this. This was a good ass game every time I've tried to play through it and dropped off of it. It's been awesome.
It still looks very similar. I mean, I would assume they add dual stick support, and maybe they just smooth the combat.
The natural camera this time.
And to be honest, the way people play games now, they could keep that mobile type format where it's like pick up and play missions, and it's okay with the way we are able to quick resume or suspend or put our switches to sleep. Like, it still lends to the way people play games and consume games these days. We got a date for that?
December 14th or something
There
like
we
that.
go.
Ooh,
What day is that, Brent? Oh.
my birthday.
Should be a crisis core involved.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You should go to Kroger and order you a Crisis Core cake for your birthday.
Brent, before your birthday, you can get your favorite Sega Saturn shooter. Oh, that's it. That's the one I was thinking of.
A more affordable version of it.
Yeah. And this is just available on Switch now. So.
Cesar bringing home the truth. You can go with this, or you can go with that.
I think I'll go with this because this is where it's at.
Much more affordable. Oh my God, are we almost done with this thing yet? When are we getting to the Metroid Prime part?
It was 40 minutes of Nintendo directing, man.
When are we getting to the Metroid Prime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost there. It's towards the never happened.
All right, I'm leaning towards. I don't think it's not
Endless
going to happen,
Dungeon.
but I'm also leaning towards we don't do games played this week. There we go, we skip it.
So.
Literally just played Splatoon 3.
Perfect. We skip it.
That's it.
Brent was a Endless Dungeon.
Endless Dungeon. Tales of Symphonia remastered.
30 frames per second.
Cesar then promptly bought.
Tales of Symphonia demastered.
It's never bothered me. I don't know why this turned into the 60-page article on Twitter replies. So.
We then got a sizzle reel including Life is Strange, Romancing Saga, Lego Brick Tales, Disney Speedstorm, and Fall
Cesar,
Guys
thank you for the heads up. I did download Lego Brick Tales on Apple Arcade. That is also Apple Remote compatible, so I'll throw that.
You played it yet? You played your Picross 3D?
I'll throw that at the missus and let her use the remote to play video games. Here.
Back
Consume.
in the
Consume.
days.
Or the new one.
Joy bag.
This.
We got a Kirby Return to Dreamland
This was a surprise.
Deluxe.
This is an excellent surprise. This is, of course, the Wii version of, I think other regions called it Kirby's Adventure Wii. We got Return to Dreamland. 4 players play as multiple characters or different Kirbys. All the mini games you know and love from Kirby games. This is kind of the last mainline Kirby game before the 3D conversion, right? Because Star Allies was kind of different. It wasn't quite this. This is what people wanted. This is like
No, he didn't.
Kirby Superstar for Super Nintendo for Wii, essentially.
We still never got that Kirby game from the Wii U. Is still stuck on there.
Which one? The Rainbow one? Rainbow Road?
Rainbow Canvas.
Rainbow Canvas.
But you can expect that February 24th, 2023. And then the very last
In respect for the Queen.
Was not Metroid Prime related. In fact, it was just the title for the long-awaited sequel for Breath of the Wild.
And a little video clips.
It was
yeah,
it was a small
nothing to go
video
off of.
clip.
And a release date.
No.
Also.
Release date?
Yes,
Yep.
and a release date.
No new hardware, unfortunately.
Launches
May 12th.
launches in May
12th,
2023.
2023.
May 12th.
No Switch U.
Switch Pro.
And it's Legend of Zelda Tears of.
Could be Tears of the Kingdom. There's some debate online about this.
I've heard a lot of people say Tears.
Tears like sadness, or tears like tear that ass a new one? Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't know.
This is definitely Tears.
You know what, Richard, is whatever you want it to be.
It is.
If you want it to be tear that ass, and do it.
Hey, Breathe of the Wild was incredible. I'll take whatever the second game is.
This could be a cross generation, like Twilight Princess
And Breath of the
We
Wild.
could have this one for. Oh yeah.
That was too. Don't forget.
Yeah.
You put the inferior bastard version on the Wii U.
Oh, this is going on Wii U also. That's one.
Oh hell yeah.
Same engine, right? Why not? That would be
Yep.
okay. That would be really cool. I would buy that one. I would pay $70 for a Wii U version of Tears of the Kingdom. That would be kind of cool. I'm assuming they've maxed out the Switch at this point for this engine and this game. That was it. No Metroid. Yay.
That was it.
Who would play these old games? Speaking of which, Jim Ryan himself.
Oh.
You guys are going to have to handle legit the majority of this. I did not watch this. I was tech successor after the fact.
You're a filthy.
I guess I
casual,
was
sir.
also getting exercise. My weekly mandated exercise.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often. There was a state of the play. State of play.
Yes. And they started off with Tekken 8. Of course, this had already been teased.
Because Tekken 7 was like super, super unreal successful, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about this, I want to say last month. But yeah, they haven't really announced a release date for it yet. But we did get a little cinematic, and looks pretty good. I don't know if that was actual full cinematic. I mean, it looked like partially cinematic and then straight into a fight. But shit actually looks really, really good.
Yeah, it looks different, yeah. That does look like the way that they portrayed it looked like what you would call CGS straight into battle without any notifications of it starting up or bars or anything like that. But that's to be seen if that's what that thing would be, because that would be a weird fighting game.
Yeah.
But who knows? It does. If that's just the game engine, then that's a huge step up from the previous one. And I think it's been announced it's coming with PS5 series and PC, so it's skipping the last gen. So this one should be a big difference from Tekken 7. So what they're gonna do with the story, I have no idea, because they technically ended that fucking Misuma storyline in the 7. So who knows?
Next, they went over to a little bit of PSVR 2 news, showing off a game, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
Enhanced edition, which I'd never played the original.
Enhanced edition? I was about to say, I saw commercials for this game on, I want to say Oculus. But Enhanced edition is coming 2023. Just showed a bunch of different things from Galaxy's Edge, which is, of course,
I've heard this is really good. I haven't bought this one yet.
This is the Star Wars land area at either Disneyland or Disney World, depending on which one you visit. They have the same thing. It's Batuu is the world that they call it. I think even in this like little screenshot of the cantina, you can see. You can't see the Millennium Falcon. I know it's out there.
It was there.
But there's all sorts of little games and stuff you can play. There's of course signature characters, and it just is to immerse yourself in this in this world. I've seen commercials for it. It looks interesting. You said you haven't played it though, Richard? Because I've seen it advertised.
It keeps going on sale, and I'm already sitting on the Vader one, like the Vader chapters, Vader Immortal. And I can't justify. It's like I need to play these before I justify doing this other expansion thing. But I think that one is even more highly regarded than Vader Immortal. So that's a pretty big get coming that way.
Then they went over Demio.
I've heard of this one too.
Which it looks kind of like a D&D
Yeah.
tabletop style game. It also is sometime in 2023. Of course, I saw an article actually today. I didn't really go over it, but people are just now being able to get their hands first previews with the PSVR 2, since it's at Tokyo Game Show for the first time. So,
I'm ready for those. I'm ready for those impressions.
The title of the article was, we just got our first hands on with PSVR 2, and it's pretty good. So didn't have time to read the whole thing, but very hopeful. I mean, all the specs that they've given us.
I think all three of us are there day one. We're just waiting on details and launch titles and such. But this stuff is starting to fill in pretty good.
Backwards compatibility, hopefully.
That is fingers crossed for that one for sure.
Next up was a Yakuza spin-off series that we have not gotten here in the West. This is Like a Dragon Ishin, out February
Soon.
2023. And this one, it looks like...
What makes Ishin different? I don't know these games.
Yeah. So it's set back in the 1860s.
Oh, it was like a prequel series.
So this is... Yeah.
What was it on originally?
Or I froze.
PS3.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
cool.
It's a period piece, like what Brant said, and there's a lot of characters from the modern day Yakuza that are reoccurring on that series that have different types of roles in there. So it's a lot of nods to characters you see, like, oh, it's Majima here, and oh, Kiryu's over here doing this, and it was one of those weird ones where it made sense if you played the original games before you played this one, because you would miss a lot of references, like, oh, this is this character and he's playing this type of character that's completely different in this type of world. So
Okay.
Then we had Pacific Drive, where I think a lot of people thought that this was gonna be something different.
It is.
Because it was like, because you just see, it's a lone foggy road, and you're driving down, and you pull up to this place. It's no vacancies. It seems like you can get out of the car and kind of explore certain areas, but for the most part, you are driving around this, I don't know, weird, like, post-apocalyptic world, and there's all these crazy hazards and events that happen, and you just travel, traverse, explore, and survive. It's different. It looks interesting.
He called it like a driving roguelike, right?
Yes.
Which is a unique spin.
Yeah, definitely. We got another glimpse at Hogwarts Legacy. I guess they have to just remind us that, yes, this game is still coming out.
Yes, we have exclusive content just for this platform.
Yep.
We knew that was coming because they paid a lot for the advertisement for this game.
Yes.
We're still in that era.
Then
How did that look, though?
Actually,
when y'all watched that, did it look more like a...
it looks okay.
Yeah, it looked like a third-person Harry Potter game.
Yeah.
Was it still that tone of like the world's ending, everything's against us, we gotta survive? Did it still have that same
You're
tone?
locked in some kind of basement with some witch lady. That was all you got.
It seemed kind of dark. That was about it. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't too much to go.
I may let go of this pre-order. It's not. It doesn't seem to be trending towards what I thought it was when it was announced.
There was a confirmation of the date at the end of the trailer, right, Brant? Like February something.
Yes, I believe so.
It's no evil.
It's right around.
It's no Evil West on my radar at this point.
And Brant's favorite part of the show is up next. Go, Brant.
Next, Grace.
They didn't give you the All Stars. They just gave you regular PlayStation
Animal
Stars.
Crossing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Grace Chen came out and talked about the PlayStation Stars program and showed us some of those not NFT.
They look cool, but I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do with them. But they look cool.
I can't put them on my shelf back here, so they're not really of any use to me.
Are they NFTs? Or are they what is the? You
No,
alluded to it.
It does. It really does remind me of the things from Astro's Playroom.
Mm-hmm.
They showed like a statue.
Pocket Station.
Yeah, they showed
A
like,
Sony
characters.
boombox
Yeah, a Sony
from the
Sony
1980s.
boombox,
I have multiples of those.
Pocket Station, a PS3, and then they showed like
The two cats that Jim Ryan was talking about when he sent that email earlier this year.
figures,
mascot cats?
Mm-hmm.
Some apes from Ape Escape and Polygon Man.
Polygon Man was there.
Polygon Man.
Polygon Man.
Hey man, they were trying. They carved out. They were trying for a mascot for so long, and they carved out their own niche without that mascot that drove every other platform before that, right? So that was huge.
I mean, they always had it. It was there. It's right now sitting inside Brant's Sega Saturn. He's green. He gathers jewels.
Oh, so sorry.
Oh, I tried.
He comes from the alligator / crocodile.
We don't want your bootleg Yoshi game.
If we were talking about games played, then I would have a story for that. But
Next week. Same bat time,
hopefully
same
next
bat
week I'll
channel.
get it. Hopefully next week I'll get it working. It was a debacle.
Oh! You can allude to that.
But anyway.
You can allude to that if you'd like.
No, we'll go over it
Okay.
later. The next thing was Project Eve is now renamed Stellar Blade and got
Stellar
a new,
Blade.
Oh, a new Parasite
story
Eve.
trailer.
A new Parasite Eve?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool.
There was a lot of bouncing body parts.
This is a hack and slash.
Jiggle physics?
Twitter got very horny very quickly.
It's a very like Bayonetta-esque hack and slash jumping, flipping, jiggling game.
Men and women or just women?
Mostly just the one woman.
And the man was like some kind of weird android that had pipes for body
Coming
parts.
out
It
of
was
his
weird.
beard and into his
Yeah.
nose, and it was weird.
Okay.
It was more cyberpunk than the Cyberpunk 2077 game.
More cyberpunk.
This next game has me 100 and 10%. Day one for sure. This is Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. This is Rise of the Ronin, a new action RPG.
Ooh, how did this
So
look?
They showed. It
was good.
amazing.
Like Ninja Gaiden
So
or like something adjacent?
Like Ghost of
like-
Tsushima mixed with Neo mixed with a bunch of different stuff. Like
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed stuff in
Oh.
there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
Very
badass.
cool. I need to check this one out then. Is this the one I need to look at out of the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Stellar Blade is really good too. I mean,
Stellar
those
Blade looks
that was a part of the show that Sony came out and said these were PlayStation 5
Exclusive.
console exclusives.
Okay.
But yes, definitely Rise of the Ronin looks so good. There's a part with a glider. There's a pretty badass part because this is another kind of period piece. This is the point.
It looks like the glider from like Assassin's Creed, right? 2. Yeah. He just pulled it right out and started
Da
flying
Vinci's-
across the map.
Da Vinci's glider.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But this is the point in time where Japan was forced to open up and kind of shook up the whole nation, and caused the humongous war. on whether they were, exactly what they were going to do. So you play as a Ronin, kind of, I guess, just independent. But it showed all this crazy combat. There's like a part where he's got a long rifle with like a bayonet on it, and he stabs a guy, turns around, and pulls it out, and then shoots him.
It's Assassin's Creed-esque. Yeah.
Yeah. There's oh my gosh, yeah. There's a part where he snatches a dude off the ground with some kind of hook thing. Watch this.
It's like the Assassin's Creed that we've been wanting ever since they went to the RPG bullshit. So.
Oh.
But I feel like we're waiting on this for a minute.
2024.
2024.
Damn.
There it is.
Did we talk about all the Assassin's Creed games last week? We did.
Yes, we did. Brant snuck it in there, and we spent 30 minutes on it long.
Oh, I remember it well.
Yeah, I remember because we never left it. We're still talking about it now.
Another episode. More Assassin's Creed.
Next up was what Brant was a Sin Duality, also from Namco Bandai Studios.
This was a shooter. I think I saw in the tweet.
Third
person.
How would I describe this, Brand? Somebody had compared it to some kind of franchise, and I was like, that's what that is. I forgot what it is off the top of my head.
Gears of War.
This is kind of a weird one. It's like a mecha dungeon crawler.
God damn! Somebody had given a good example of it.
Tactical. I don't know. It's
Blaster
really
Master.
Kind of hard.
I'm laughing because the studio's called the Game Studio. That's what the studio's called. The Game Studio.
What game studio?
The developer.
Professor, what game studio?
The Game Studio.
I know what game studio.
The Game Studio.
Yep. Well done, sir. We're not doing who's on first.
What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
It's a sci-fi third-person shooter. Somebody had fucking compared it to something. And I was like, that's what it
sounded
is.
right.
It's like their version of that.
Battles against enemies and other players.
Giant enemy crabs.
So it's no, but
it's giant
mechas.
enemy mechas.
It's not crabs. Yeah.
It sounds like Advance Wars.
No.
No. While Cesar's figuring that out, they closed the show with, they said, one more announcement, and the first thing they showed was a God of War Ragnarok
controller.
And I had begged them to end on the controller. I begged them to please do this so everybody's pissed. Just show the controller. And that was it. That's the one thing.
Which has like a, what is that? It's not like an indigo, but it's some kind of like a darker blue on the sides.
Like two wolves.
Yeah. And then two wolves on the touchpad portion.
So people will cry about these accessories getting all this highlight and stuff, and like there's a Switch Splatoon 3 Pro controller, right? Matt Pescatella, the guy that adds the stuff up he works for MPD Group, I believe. That's where they're making their profits at this point, because the consoles still aren't there, supply chain, blah blah blah. When they come out with these special edition things, and like last week we talked about the camo PlayStation 5 stuff, like that's all people just buy that, and that's easy money for them with these upgrades with accessories. And I mean, that was always, Cesar, I'm sure they taught you that in retail, like those were always the markups, like that's the stuff you got the big discounts on.
That's what it was. I don't mean to interrupt you, but they said it was an anime Titanfall. Anime Titanfall.
Cool.
That's exactly what it was, because the way they summon them down and jump in there and they drive the mechs, they said it was like an anime-ass Titanfall.
Titanfall was good. That first one was really, really good. I know the campaign.
And Brent, they're doing the same thing like they did with Scarlet Nexus. There's an anime coming out with this game as well. So Namco Bandai's burning both ends. So
good way to go, right? Bring the whole franchise forward.
That's what Sony wants. Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
Have a thing.
They do. Almost like they're leveraging the old school 80s cartoon toys synergy.
Yeah.
I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about it was specifically talking about Star Wars Episode 1. So they were bringing up memories of the zeitgeist of like the movie and the midnight showings and the Pizza Hut tie-in and the Taco Bell toys and the McDonald's
Land Before Time toys and Pizza Hut.
It was everywhere.
They had they had Pogs
That
you
is
could
a
get at
very
Taco Bell.
specific time frame reference.
Brand, that's
from Brand.
very, very young child brand. That was very late 90s specific time. I'm talking about Land Before Time, 1980s.
Yeah, Brand, how would you even know that?
Or-
Your grandpa told you that?
I was about to say, I think I still have at least one, maybe two of those Pogs somewhere.
They were donated from your previous
It's the Qui-Gon
previous
Jinn.
family members before they came before you.
Older siblings.
Sure. I wasn't getting in with the Taco Bell, the 90s Taco Bell.
They sat you down.
Freaking awesome.
They sat you down and told you
with
about
the little machine. You could drop the coin in and just watch it float and try.
Did y'all ever get one of those? Did you ever get anything?
bean burrito. Yeah,
You got a bean burrito.
Yeah, well,
The cheapest thing on the menu.
Yeah.
I like me a good bean burrito.
Brian, tell us a story about when your older siblings used to tell you about the little Chihuahua dog and the Godzilla advertisement for Taco Bell because you were never born.
And
by
the launch of the
fucking
gordita.
not born. Yeah.
I had the toy of the
You squeeze him.
Taco Bell
Go get a
dog
Taco
that they
Bell.
had. Well, no.
Yep.
Well, I had that one too. That one was awesome because he had like a little sandwich board on.
Mhm.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. But then I had the other one where he was like an 8-ball. He was like a magic 8-ball. You shook him and turned him upside down, and it was like, eat more Taco Bell. You know, it was like.
They should bring back the Chihuahua dog.
Yeah, I like.
He was
the
great.
Chihuahua.
It's like doing Speedy Gonzalez now. It's like it's very stereotypical.
Speedy Gonzalez was one thing. The drunken band of Mexican mice was the cutoff of this is not okay.
What about the Frito
Yeah, them.
Bandito?
Watch some old Speedy Gonzalez cartoons. Those things are not age.
Yeah,
well,
there's
so.
more outside of that. It's bad.
There's a reason why they
Arriba,
took him out
Adelaide.
of the. There's a reason why they took him out of the Looney Tunes movie, the Space Jam 2. So
Poor Speedy.
Oh.
Poor Speedy just needs to sell more,
anyway-
more gorditas.
Back to the state of play.
Where were we before?
I was actually pseudo hoping that they'd show the controller and then zoom out and show
Like a special edition
Yeah, right.
console.
or at
Yeah,
least,
they're
or at
just
least
they're
face
just
plates or
fins
something.
at this point, right? Just the things you pop in there.
Yeah.
now what are they gonna do at the end of it? Like, got you bitches. Now you're paying $50 more like everybody else, and then it's like you gotta buy this exclusive console.
Yeah.
We got you.
Console exclusive.
But they did close with a brand new, breathtaking trailer.
Thought you were going with Breath of the Wild. Well done, sir.
Tears.
No, we just covered that one.
I heard Breath. I was like, oh, he's bringing back Breath of the Wild too.
Tear taking.
But Thor, God of War Ragnarok, where he actually takes on Thor in the trailer. It was it looked really cool. There's kind of pseudo went over. There's some stuff going on with Atreus, and he's
trying to protect Kratos from dying. Kratos with that great
he's
line.
trying to-
Was it? Death can have me once it's earned me.
Yes.
That was pretty good. Death can have me
That
once
was
it's earned
good.
me.
I respect that. Brant, did you play that first game? That 2018? Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think I sent a review into this very podcast.
Did we read it? Did we get it? Oh,
Yeah, if you
yes,
sent it in,
indeed.
we read it. So
we lost one or two here and there, but I think that was I don't think those were Brant submissions. Brant, we're gonna promote you to listener so you can send in more content.
Go back to
we're gonna
submitting.
promote you to Patreon subscriber.
I signed us up for Patreon. I just didn't launch it.
Oh.
Sign us up for hot tubs and
Yeah,
baths.
once you put hot tubs in VTuber brand, that's when the cash will start flowing in.
YouTuber Brant.
Yep.
But that is everything that was shown. 20 minutes for the Sony state of play, and it was like about 44 for Nintendo.
And hopefully we'll be talking about a Microsoft show next week. So
Well, isn't Microsoft
They did an
that Tokyo
indie
Game
thing.
Show?
Yeah, they
So,
did an indie thing today, but I didn't see any major things out of it. But I do think they have a presence at.
I didn't see.
they've done the last two Tokyo Game shows. They've done presentations, so they're gonna do one on this
I was
one
gonna
too.
say, well,
Yeah.
We'll have a good bit to talk about, I'm sure.
This is like their series consoles are like the best selling Xboxes in a long ass time. I'll be surprised if they did not do something.
Yep.
So
everybody's firing on all cylinders, right, across the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steam Deck.
Because I think the last one me and Richard saw while we're on vacation, and that was the one. Remember they were talking about they were just bringing Game Pass over to Japan. Remember that was the big.
That was
thing.
last year,
and they were announcing. Yeah. Because remember they announced the Samurai Showdown that was on the series.
Yeah, we came back and
never got PS5.
We came back and watched that, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've done one every year, so yeah, they're gonna do one this year. It's probably gonna be mostly Game Pass related because they're really trying to push Game Pass in Japan right now.
So just in summary, since we're not doing the games played, the Direct and the State of Play were great roadmaps, right? It's a good. You don't feel bad about. We're different from the normal consumer. We do not feel bad about our investments in owning these two platforms, right?
I mean, I'm still pissed about my VCS or my Ouya, but
sure, there's that. Yep. You want them to have a Direct.
I want them to do something.
I remember Ouya being at the McDonough Target, and I did not pick it up, and I've regretted it ever since. I should have grabbed it.
It's dead hardware.
It is, but it would have been cool to have. I never even held a controller or anything. I don't even know what the interface looks like. Nothing, because wasn't Towerfall the killer app for the Ouya for so long, and then it came to everything else after that.
Yeah, and it coming to PS4 and
yep, Switch,
Xbox, down the road, and Xbox, yeah. And then it was made by Matt Mace Games, and they went on to make Celeste, and it all went down here after
You and your brother played a shit ton of Towerfall, didn't you? Shooting there.
That and Renee, I killed Renee a lot in Towerfall.
I killed Renee a lot in Towerfall. Renee's not here to speak for himself.
He was on YouTube saying that he couldn't hear anybody but your ass. That's when we were testing stuff, so.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I know.
And then Paxton's on YouTube saying, "Yo, Richard, what's good? Fortnite."
I've not played any Fortnite.
I don't know what any of that means. I don't understand you and Paxton's secret language, but
what's good Fortnite? Never. Still. I did get a Victory Royale 3 years ago, and have not played it since.
This was the one to join on this Fortnite because this is the one where we all can go cool with guns.
Well, it's no build too. We don't have to do that.
I'm more concerned about Goku with guns.
I'm concerned about no building. You're like, I'm Goku with a lightsaber.
Yeah, none of this is lore is accurate to what actually happens in the Jump comics. So
yeah,
I know. I saw what was Rick Sanchez trying to do a Kamehameha, and then Naruto just slapped him out of the air or something. Fortnite's
and then they went and visited the Martin Luther King Jr. tomb.
That was bad. Yeah. That was real bad.
That was
bad.
I don't know what they were expecting. A bunch of teen kids to get.
That was bad. That's bad.
We can reach the kids with the Fortnite. Go to the Fortnite.
And they're all doing the emo dances in that area, and it's like, ooh.
They know nothing but Fortnite.
Because I still remember somebody had they really did this because somebody had was doing Gangnam Style dance to the area.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is bad. This is so bad. Yeah. Because they had to go back and turn that off. Remember, they had I don't know, man. I don't know. That was weird.
Video games, we love them.
I get it.
They love us.
I get it. Some people have some decent ideas, but you got to do it within the realm of that people are going to behave, and
decency.
Nobody's ever going to behave. No. So, yeah.
Was it? You guys taught me years ago. Rule 34. It's gonna be bastardized somehow.
Yeah.
Or sexualized.
I mean, that's what they did with was it what's her name on Ratchet and Clank? What's her name?
Rivet,
remember? Because as soon as they announced her, they're like, Rule 34.
No. Oh God.
That's all they talked about on Twitter. People are weird, man. People like furry stuff, man.
We here on NOFODcast support all safe and decent taste. Whatever floats your boat.
Because did you ever read that Little Nas X tweet where he came out and he was like he said something about like I'll never see furries at my show or something like that, and then they end up showing up the next show. Like there was a whole bunch of them just come up dressed up like foxes and everything like that. He's like, and then he came out with another tweet. I bet there won't be an orgy at my next show, and he's like, now we wait. I was like, what is happening over here?
Look what he said in motion.
Now we wait.
Do not ask for the
Yep.
yiffening.
He used his power.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. It's been almost 2 hours. Oh, yeah. Yep, it's that time. You guys got anything else you want to add? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
No.
Just no. That's it.
Yeah, just no. Just say no.
Nancy Reagan.
And what's funny is when I played the Turtles games, I got that president's message on like half of them. So don't do drugs.